Hi, myself Mohan Kumar. Welcome you all for this technical video. You know that DBA is a practical-oriented job. Whenever it comes to practicing or it be in real time, we need to have software on our system server. Now let us look into the way we can implement PostgreSQL DB software. There are three different approaches available. Choose the suitable one for your requirement. In the end, I'm going to give my choice. We can consider three implementation types. The first one is OS-based implementation. For installing operating system, we can install. We'll look into the advantages and limitations. We got repository-based implementation, whether we can go for it, advantages and limitations, we'll look into that. Then we got package-based implementation. When we need to go for package-based implementation, we'll discuss that. First, let us look into OS-based implementation. When it comes to implementing OS-based, so we are going to install while installing operating system. But you may install that on a bare metal server. The regular servers are called as, traditional servers are called as bare metal servers now. And okay, we got virtual machines, which is the preferred one nowadays because we most of the time we use cloud servers. There we get virtual machines. Irrespective of whether you use bare metal server or virtual machine, we'll have an operating system. We'll consider that we're going to use Linux operating system. Okay, Linux operating system. So that, okay, how to build that is we need to go for a software installation. How to get this PostgreSQL software is while installing operating system, Linux operating system. So there, one of the option that you get is customizing software installation. Go for customization. There you get into database category. There you can choose the PostgreSQL DB software to be installed. You can install and choose PostgreSQL DB so that all those dependent packages, required packages will be installed. Plus, not only that, the database and service also will be provisioned for you. So service will be provisioned for you, and even the database also will be provisioned for you, which you can use it for your purpose. Database as well as service is also provisioned part of your PostgreSQL DB, so that you can start your service and you can start using the service with respect to the software that you installed. Now, when it comes to installing PostgreSQL DB software, what are the advantages? All those dependent packages are installed while installing operating system. You don't need to worry about which are those dependent packages. All those will be installed. But what is the limitation here is whichever the version that is shipped along with the operating system software, only that version we can install. We can't go for the installation of a specific version that we need. That is the limitation. Now let us look into the way we can install repository based. Whenever you want to install, either you may choose to go for a bare metal server or a virtual machine, in which you'll have a Linux operating system installed. Got the Linux operating system installed, and you need to go for installing the software. Plus, there after that you have to provision your database and service. But to install the software, we can go for repository based. Build a repository file in your system. Build this repository file which will have necessary information to connect it to the central repository where the PostgreSQL software is available. You can get that in PostgreSQL.org. From there, you're going to get the software onto your system. So you need to connect to, so the necessary information will be there available. And here we are going to use M utility to install it. You would use M utility to install the packages. What is the advantage here is whichever the dependent packages with respect to PostgreSQL will be installed along with your software that you ask for. But what is the limitation is your server, whichever you are using, bare metal server or virtual machine, must be having connection to internet. So internet must be enabled because it has to connect to the internet. Because of this, we must have enabled internet for this server. So in some cases, we can't go for internet. Then okay, we will not be able to go for repository-based implementation. Useful, preferred is repository-based implementation. But what is the limitation here is the server should be exposed to internet. Many organizations, they doesn't want to expose their servers to internet. So then we'll not be able to go for repository-based. Then the other option available is we can go for package-based implementation. So whichever the package that we install, either when you go for OS method or even package repository-based, we can also do it with package-based. Whenever we say package, we'll have the central repository with PostgreSQL org. Okay, so there from that repository, you download the packages to onto your staging server, to a stage server. So in which you got all the softwares to the same server, you're going to download it. Okay, because this server may be configured for internet. So from that server, so the software can be copied to the software, the packages, then copy to the server in which you want to implement PostgreSQL DB software. Then you have to install them using that, means the local staging area. You got in local staging area. From there, you install the software. Here, what is the consideration here is we need to take care of all these steps, pre-required packages to be installed manually. But advantage is our server is not exposed to internet. We are getting the software from the staging area. These are the three implementation methods available. So you can choose your method, which is that you want to use. You can comment it. My choice is one of these three is repository based. So which are those packages that will be installed irrespective of whichever the method you go for is. So basically we need three packages on our server. One is the core PostgreSQL, which you can consider as client, all the utilities you will get. To support that, okay, we will have library package. Then okay, we need to install the server package so that your service and database can be provisioned, which is there in repository. Either get it directly if it is repository based, or download it to a staging server. From there you can copy and you can install it. So whichever is feasible for you, can follow one of that method. My choice is repository based.